Poof! What's up, amigos? How's it going? So, the Qanba police, they hit me up and they wanted to know my feedback. They wanted my feedback on their new 2009, which is what this is called. They were like, are you interested in this product? And of course, I was trying to play it cool. But inside, I was thinking, let me get one of those. So they sent me one, right? And I was like, cool, let me check it out. This is like up my alley. I'm pretty sure it's right up my alley. It's probably designed for people who are my age. In fact, we'll get into that a little bit later because I think that's actually the case. So this thing is obviously a at-home type of an arcade cabinet setup. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put a computer or a console that's adjustable, of course. You can put it on the second rack. And you're supposed to put a couple of monitors up, and it's supposed to emulate like an arcade experience, right? The reason why initially when I saw it personally, I was pretty skeptical is because when you see materials like this on the internet, I don't know about you guys, but every time I see materials that look like this, it's always going to be some shit that you can bend over your knee, like TV stands, all kinds of things with wheels. These materials, when you look at them, they look like they're going to be garbage. But honestly, this is heavy. I think I don't pick up stuff that's too heavy very often, but I would guess it's like 40 pounds. It's probably written all over the website. I didn't look, but I think it's maybe 35 or 40 pounds each, something like that. And because of that, they're really heavy duty. First of all, I guess I should have like a script written up or something, Whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll go one thing at a time. So what are things that you need to know? Well, first thing you need to know is, what is it? I told you what it is. It's like an at-home arcade setup. It's called the Qanba 2009. And it comes with two versions. It comes in two versions. The double version where you're side by side with your homie, or the single version, which you could get just for yourself, or if you want to get two of these, then you could get a Japanese style back-to-back cabinet. So, okay, that's what it is. Now, what else do you want to know? You probably want to know if how much is it? Well, that's pretty important. It's expensive. It's expensive. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's designed pretty much for dads. This is like a dad thing, obviously, to me at least. First of all, it's called the 2009. It's an arcade cabinet which uses arcade sticks. And the thing that's a big giveaway is, by default, I don't know if you can customize this, but these are silent parts. These are all silent buttons, and these are silent sticks. Same with the other one. Who needs silent buttons and silent sticks? Dads. Stay-at-home dads who are trying to not wake up their kids and their angry wives because all they do is play fucking Third Strike, right? So, if you're in that demographic and this is something you look at and you think it puts a smile on your face, yeah, I think it's worth it. How much is it? Oh, well, let me remember. I think it's like
$800
for the one-piece side, and I think it's
$900
for the two-piece side. So I'm sure you're thinking, damn, that's expensive. Is it worth it? Well, before we even go to the is it worth it, I really want to just point something out, okay? Is it worth it? That question is a trick question, because there are people out there spending thousands of dollars on gotcha cell phone Nikkei games, right? And who is to say whether or not that's worth it to them? Right? So that's one point I'd like to make. When you think about what it is and whether or not it puts a smile on your face, if it does, then okay, now we can talk. For you, I think it's worth it. And let me tell you why. Because this product, when I looked at it, it put a smile on my face. And I was like, okay, let me get one of those. And then they sent me one, right? They sent me one. And I was like, wow, I put it together and I was like, wow, this is really sick. I'm going to buy another one to get a back-to-back. Don't tell the Qanba cops I said this, but I was gonna buy another one, and the next day they sent me another one, which was pretty cool because I was already gonna buy another one. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because as a consumer, they gave me one, and when I put it together, I wanted the other one so I could get a back to back or maybe side by side on the wall or whatever, right? So that might give you an idea of whether or not, at least I think it's worth it. I was gonna buy one. I just got lucky and I didn't say nothing. I wonder if they would have sent me the second one if I had said something. Damn. Anyway, whatever. Get owned. Qanba cops. But hey, thanks for sending this shit. It's cool. Okay, so it's expensive. Yeah. But if it's up your alley, is it worth it? I think it's pretty damn worth it. It's heavy. It's not like, I don't like to be locked in. So for me, I've always wanted to buy arcade cabinets, but I never did because I always felt like there are so many good reasons not to. You know, it's just like you're always locked into this type of monitor or whatever, you know, this type of cabinet. This is going to, like, assuming it holds up the test of time, which I really think the materials is really the best part. That's the part that sold me. I'm not into silent buttons. I would switch these out, I think, but the materials are pretty good. Everything all the way around is all metal. So this, to me, feels sturdier than like the Tekken Noir cabinets. To me, when you're banging on this shit, these are really, 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 like, you know, you can really bang them. I've been banging them, you know. The only thing I have to say is, if someone's sitting next to me, maybe it's been a long time since I've played on a cabinet that's not back to back, but on the 2P version, if someone's sitting next to you, maybe, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like it's too close. You're too close. Maybe his inputs, I'm not sure. It's super hardcore solid. Like, it's unfortunate there's no way for you to actually, maybe, oh, they did have it at Evo. Maybe they'll have them at some tournaments and you could check them out. But to me, it's heavy duty. The materials used are like definitely acceptable. And I don't know, I thought, when I put it together, I thought it was pretty cool. So what else can I tell you about this thing? Well, there are a couple of other like pieces that I didn't include. I might put them on later, but there are these baskets that are also made of brushed, like polished metal, and you can put these baskets on the side here. They look like they might be to hold, I don't know, maybe drinks. I don't know what they're for, but I'm not opposed to adding any weight to this. I want to put as much weight as possible so they're super sturdy. But they're really sturdy right now without a computer, you know, a PC or any monitors on top. So it's only going to feel better the more shit you put on top of this. On top of that, the way the feet work, so there are no wheels. They come with feet. And if you have ever worked with arcade cabinets, these feet that come with I don't know what the technical terms are, but these are very similar to what are underneath arcade cabinets. They have the bolt, you tighten it up, and then you can use the bolt or the whatever the fuck it is, the nut, to adjust the height in case of an uneven floor. Now the floor in here is probably not very even, and still they're definitely not wobbling, either of them, and they haven't wobbled anywhere I've put them. But for me, I would put a rug underneath, just to make it, you know, in general, I think it will help a lot of things. I'm at least going to try that. I don't know if it will be better, but I'm going to try a rug. They are very, very easy to put together too. That's another thing. Talking about the feet reminded me of that. So, okay, how hard are they to put together? I hate instructions. You know, they're always in Chinese or French, and there's all these different like pages and diagrams and shit. So let me tell you how this went. The Qanba cops, they were like, okay, here's this YouTube link. It's going to help you put it together. The link, maybe Notepants can put it in the description. The link to this was like a 1-minute video, and it didn't even have some asshole telling me to, you know, subscribe and let's get right into it without further ado. Nothing. It was just a 1-minute video of a 3D image of this thing being built in like a CG. And that video made building this shit, unbelievably easy. I've put together like bookshelves at, like IKEA bookshelves. This was substantially easier than that. The design of it is there are no lefts and rights, and there is only one type of screw. There basically is only one type of screw. The only other type of screw is just the one that connects to the stick itself, which I think there are 3 of them. Every other screw is the same size. There's no A's or B's. It's really good. I was impressed with that. The only thing is though, so how long did it take me to put each one together? It took me about an hour to put each one together, but I think that it would have been faster if I didn't have to take a 10-minute break because I dropped some heavy ass thing on my foot. So point is, they're heavy. So sure, it's easy to put together, but these are heavy pieces and you just have to do it right. Obviously, it was easier the second time. It would be for anyone, but the pieces are heavy. 1 hour isn't bad, especially if you're just watching a YouTube video instead of reading instructions. So to me, that was awesome. What else do you need to know? The feet, you can kind of see just by looking at it, maybe like its dimensions, especially with that chair there. That's a regular quinceañera chair, So, oh yeah, how do you get access to the inside? So these screws right here, they're hand screws. I took 2 of them off already. All right, so all you do, once you take those 3 hand screws out, just pull it out. Gives you access to all of the parts. If you want to swap them out, like I said, I'm going to swap these out. I don't prefer silent parts, but a lot of people do. I mean, there's a reason they invented them and they still put them in a lot of stuff. So yeah, I mean, pretty easy to put together. Overall, I mean, I would say, Overall, I would say expensive, but if you look at this product and it puts a smile on your face, like it did mine, I think it's worth it. I think it is. I mean, it's definitely better than wasting money on a gacha game. And you know it. Hope I didn't miss anything. Thanks again, Qanba Cops, and the rest of you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya. Lightning and shit.